Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. I am just trying to make sure that everything, all my devices, I'm able to see so I can answer any questions as we do this live today. I hope everyone had a great week so far as I am setting up here. Thank you, guys, for those who are joining us right now. So I'm just checking one more device. So perfect. I think I'm ready to go. I am super excited to be with you guys today. My name is Joanna Amarante. I am your trichologist in the Tampa Bay area. Last week was Thanksgiving, so we didn't do as many live, but I did not want to miss out in talking to you about androgenetic alopecia in women. So we're going to go in and dive right into it. So androgenetic alopecia in women. So first off, we know that it is the common cause of hair loss in both men and women. Androgenetic alopecia is also known as AGA, female pattern baldness, and pattern baldness. So for women, those are the three ways they may classify that when you see someone like a dermatologist or a trichologist, myself. Hi, thank you so much for joining. So we're going to get into it. It actually affects about 30 million women in the United States. 30 million is a big number, guys. So a lot of women are going through this type of hair loss. Now, keep in mind that this type of hair loss often has a greater impact than it does in men because it's less socially acceptable for them. Not to say that men don't suffer from self-esteem with it or insecurity with having hair loss, but for women, people tend to look at them and judge them immediately. You know, some people might be going through hair loss like androgenetic alopecia, they have extreme thinning. They don't want someone to point out to them and say, hey, do you have cancer? Oh my God, are you really sick? Or someone with cancer don't want to be recognized in that manner. Or you're going through cancer. Are you like extremely ill? Like no one wants to hear that. So be very sensitive and mindful when you are coming across anyone that has any type of hair loss. So be mindful of that, okay? Any type of alopecia, and alopecia is referred to hair loss, can seriously affect a woman's emotional well-being and quality of life. So it can create extreme stress, very self-esteem issues they may come across. Some people just don't have the information necessary to find the help, which is why I do these live and become informative to you so that if you do come across someone, you know who to point them to. Okay, so let's talk about how you start noticing the androgenetic alopecia. In women, it begins with a gradually thinning right at the part line. So right at your part line, whether you part here on the side or in the middle, it gradually starts thinning out. Okay, it is followed by increased diffuse hair loss from the top of the head. So we're talking about right in this top area of the head is typically when you start noticing more of that hair loss. It can become extreme. But the thing you want to realize is that it rarely happens with receding hairline. So if this is your hairline, it normally do not start receding. It starts where here's your hairline and then it starts happening right back here. Rarely becomes bald as well. However, it can become extremely noticeable. So be very mindful of pointing certain things out to people, okay? When it happens, it starts off on onset puberty. So that's someone as early as 12 years old when a young lady starts her period. But it usually tends to happen or first noticed at after menopause. And that's when hair loss typically starts increasing. The risk with age, it also have for women a higher impact if they have someone or a history of hair loss on either side of the family. So whether it's a mother, father, grandparents on either side, you actually have a higher risk and sometimes may notice androgenetic alopecia much earlier in age. Okay, so androgenetic alopecia can be caused by many factors tied to actions of hormones, including some ovarian cysts. Hi, thank you so much for joining me. Taking high androgen index birth control pills, pregnancy, or menopause. So these are some factors that can start with the androgenetic alopecia. Also, the one thing I want you to think about, and this may happen to some people most recently because we've been going through COVID. In women, pattern baldness often discovered by telogen effluvium, which occurs 1 to 6 months after a stressor causes a large portion of the hair shaft from anagen phase to your telogen phase, which means you're extremely stressed. We went through COVID, something happened with the job, you just had a new baby, so forth. Telogen effluvium happens like extreme hair thinning within that 1 to 6 months. What happens is sometimes when you hit that telogen effluvium stage, it exposes as underlying hair loss, which would expose androgenetic alopecia. So instead of happening when you're like 40s, 50 or 60s, it may happen in your early 30s and 40s because something triggered it. Okay. Also, it's associated an increased risk of PCOS, which is characterized by a hormonal imbalance that can lead to irregular periods, create more acne, excessive body hair, and weight gain. So that also is a factor with androgenetic. As a trichologist myself, we use the Legwig scale to classify and describe female pattern hair loss. So let's break it down. I did post on my Instagram and my Facebook picture of what it looks like and how we can classify it. So your type 1, for this is for female pattern hair loss, okay? So type 1 is minimum thinning that can camouflage with hairstyling techniques. So it's like the very, very beginning is considered mild. Right in your part line, you start to thin out, where you can start shifting your part line or creating a style to kind of cover up where you're starting to thin. So type 2 is characterized by a decreased volume and noticeable widen in the mid part line. So here's your part line. Now this part line starts extending outwards. That one is considered more moderate. Okay. Your more extreme or excessive type or intensive type of hair loss will be your type 3, which is described as diffuse thinning with a see-through appearance on the top of the scalp. So on the very, very top, it is extremely thin. It's very noticeable. You can see right through it, your hair to your scalp. So that one is considered extreme. Whichever one that you are, type 1, type 2, type 3, I highly recommend that you start seeing someone so that we can help you not only find out what's actually causing that type of hair loss, but also start treating it. So once we go ahead and find out what is causing it, we can adjust that and create a treatment plan. And then we can focus on restoring your hair, guys. So I want to say thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. This was about androgenetic alopecia in women. So if you know of someone or you are yourself experiencing this, we are still offering a complimentary 15-minute consultation that you can visit my website. Hey sis, thank you so much for joining. So go ahead and visit my website at www.fabulouslymadesalon and schedule your 15-minute complimentary consultation. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fabulously Made Salon. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Fabulously Made as well. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys had an amazing holiday. And this week, we're going to continue some more segment and give you as much information as we can, guys. Thank you so much. And remember that we're all made fabulous. Thank you, guys. It was a blessing being here with you guys. Talk to you soon. Take care.